All good. Yep. Oh, we got a photographer. Back in the friendly confines of McLean Stadium, coming off of a huge comeback win over ranked SMU last week. Today, it's the final non-conference tune-up of the year for the Bears as they welcome some Baptist brethren from Birmingham, Alabama today. It's the Baylor Bears and the Samford Bulldogs. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show. Alongside Baylor legend Seth Russell and the voice of the Bears, John Morris, I'm Derek Smith coming to you from Touchdown Alley here outside McLean Stadium. Aaron Sexton, producer at our studios here in Waco. And John, Seth, good morning to you both, to both of you.
Little early start this morning.
I like these kind of games.
I like them. You had a really early start
coming
up from Houston.
I got up about 5 this morning, but had some family in town and had to go pick up some kolaches and stuff for them before I headed out of town.
Nice,
so, just trying to do my due diligence of being a good host.
You are.
Yeah,
Yes.
I try.
But I like these player-wise. I know coach-wise, they don't mind this early start either, do they?
No, not at all. Because, you get up, you're ready to go. You don't have to wait the entire day to get going. That's why we always did morning workouts. We're 6 a.m. every morning workout, just getting ready to go, rock and roll. And so these should be, they should be get up, fired, ready to go, play, do a great job, come out firing, and just, hey, be ready to play some football.
You said, Seth, be ready to play great football. At the risk of oversimplifying, that's really the name of the game today. You never want to take anything for granted, but this is a game against a team from a much smaller conference that you come in expecting Baylor to take a business. But you wanted to see them play crisp football. You want to see them play healthy. If there's areas, I don't think coaches ever say, we're going to just work on an area. That's our goal today. But if you can work on some areas where you've struggled, maybe some of that defensive integrity, maybe getting the running game going earlier, I think those would be benefits. But the key goal is to play well, play crisp, stay healthy.
Absolutely. I think I saw a statistic. They've gone against 2 phenomenal teams. Auburn and SMU. It's kind of hard to judge a defense this early in the season based off of what you're kind of going up against. You have no real film to really break down. There's all new teams and schemes and things like that. But I think in total, look at these past 2 weeks. They're able to get some film in. Hey, who's going to make decisions? I was listening to Randa earlier this week on his the post-game show, stuff like that. He was just, he goes, we have not yet had a full drive where everybody is on the same page, right, defensively. Somebody's always making the wrong decision or moving the groove into one piece. And so if they can do that today, clean it up, and then get ready for next week.
And I think you respect every opponent, and Baylor respects Samford, no question about that. You only have to look back, last week to see upsets, Army over Kansas State a week ago. So you are aware of that, but you want to play crisp, you want to play clean. You can work on some things like you mentioned, Derek, but number one is the win. You got to get the win over Samford.
Yeah, and this has been a non-conference season like we haven't really seen here at Baylor in a generation, in the sense that you played 2 excellent teams right off the bat. You've been tested in a way you haven't. This is a game that this is really your only chance that you might have to work in some of the freshmen, some of the players down the depth chart, and I'll be interested to see if that happens. But you got to put yourself in position to do that later in the game by playing well.
That's true. I would guess if things go according to Baylor's plan, you'll see Sawyer Robertson for the first half, maybe one series in the third quarter. Then hopefully we'll see some of those other quarterbacks which haven't played a snap yet this year.
Yeah, which is, I know everybody's chomping at the bit to kind of see, hey, what's for the future, right? What's that like? You got Walker that came in, you got all those other guys that had the ability to be a phenomenal quarterback within this system. It's like, hey, give them a chance. Let's get a little snapshot of maybe what to be excited for next year.
And you look too. This might be a game where the stats look good, but it might not be the stats we're used to. You look through 2 games. Through 2 games, Baylor had the top passing offense in the nation, and may well at the end of the third game. Now, there's some teams that have played a third game already, so the numbers are skewed a little bit. But Sawyer Robertson has been brilliant, and I would love to see him continue to have those elite numbers, but that's not the name of the game today.
Right.
Those will come in time. Today it's about, can you get the running game going a little bit earlier? And, I think if they do that, he's going to be a happy guy. He's not about the stats.
He's not about the stats. He is leading the nation, 429.5 yards per game passing. I don't think he'll get there today because I don't think he'll play long enough.
Sure.
But you're right. That's not the ultimate goal. You want him to get his work. You want him to put the team in a really good position, then hand things off to some of the other guys.
Absolutely. But you can't look past Samford, right? I mean, this is their championship game, right? This is their time. They're coming in playing a Big 12 Power 4 school to go and make a name for themselves. So they're going to come out firing. Baylor has to do a good job early, put them down quick, right, and just continue to keep your foot on the pedal and then move on to further games.
Yep.
Hey, by the way, it's family weekend here at Baylor. How many of y'all are here for family weekend in Touchdown Alley?
Yeah,
this is a good crowd.
Nice, very good.
Now, John,
it's a great crowd.
It's a great crowd here, bright and early this morning. Glad to have everyone here at Baylor and in Waco over the weekend visiting their kids. John, you are a Baylor alum and a Baylor parent.
Yes.
Maybe you'll be a Baylor grandparent down the line as well.
That's the hope, right?
Maybe a few years down the line here from now. But it's nice to see all these family members who maybe don't get a chance to be here every weekend, sharing this time with their kids, seeing Baylor's great student life, and then seeing some good football.
Yeah, very cool. And sometimes you have an 11 a.m. start, and the crowd here in this tent about this time, 2 hours before kickoff, is not a great crowd, but this place is full right now. So thanks to the parents that are here, thanks to the families that are here, and you're really going to help the atmosphere in McLean Stadium.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised when I walked up, and it was 2 hours before kickoff, and it is packed in here.
It is
What is
packed.
going on? Like, did I miss something? But obviously I did. Parents' weekend. So, but no, appreciate all you guys coming out. Should be a good atmosphere
Hey,
today.
Seth, maybe you'll be a Baylor parent as well. 10, 15 years?
Yeah, 4 and 2 year olds. So we got a couple
you
years.
got about 14 years down the line, yeah.
I'm already started saving for it. So
Good
we'll
call.
see.
Financial
You're too
planner.
late.
Yeah.
If they're 4 and 2, you're too late to start.
Yeah, exactly.
saving now.
Yeah. Should have started before they were born.
Well, it's great to have everyone here. A good crowd and a big game coming up today. Baylor and Samford, 11 a.m. this morning. A little later on the program, we'll go inside X's and O's with Seth. We're going to meet a family with some Samford and Baylor ties that's going to have daughters on both sidelines today cheering. But coming up next, we're going to look back at Baylor's great win over SMU, a 17th-ranked victory for the Bears last week in Dallas. We're going to revisit that when we come back after this on the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show, presented by Baylor Alumni, connecting the Baylor family worldwide. Back after this on the Baylor Sports Media Network. All right, I've turned us down here, but not on there.
Okay. That return is really, really loud.
Oh, my bad.
Before you
Okay.
do anything.
Yeah, over the.
I see that. Sorry.
Perfect.
Sorry about that. Is
No
it
problem.
loud for you too, Seth?
It had like little ringing, but we're okay now.
Okay.
Should be fine.
How y'all doing? Good to have y'all here.
Glad you're here.
Hey.
One more segment.
Yes, Aaron.
One more segment, okay? Thank you. Okay, yeah.
Just slightly.
Hello.
Okay. I appreciate that, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron. Hey, run that highlight cut coming out of this rejoin, and then we'll take it, okay?
Yep.
Thank you. So it's the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, field goal, yep.
Okay.
That'll be good.
Do you ever scream at your screen when you're
How long do you stay? Like, when do you head back? When will you leave here?
I'll head back right after.
Right after this?
Yeah, because I got family in town.
I got you.
and
Okay.
stuff, So,
Gotcha.
with a sound Wi-Fi?
during.
Oh, we're on. Just so you know, we're on.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Lock in good speed Wi-Fi for just $35 a month, guaranteed for 3 years.
Well, if there are games that you're here and you stick around, you're welcome to come up to the booth or whatever you want to do. We got lots of room in there. So, yeah.
Baylor Nation rolls along with Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram.
Alrighty.
Award-winning service and factory trained techs.
Man, how about Kansas State's struggles so far? I
Yeah.
didn't expect that.
I don't know what they're. I haven't really looked. Did they keep many players from last year?
I mean, I think Avery Johnson was someone they thought was going to be, a key player, a good player. And DJ Giddens, they lost him to the Colts, the
Yeah.
NFL. But, I think I thought they'd be up there near the top.
I think so.
Up here we go. All right, Aaron, we're ready for the highlight.
On the Baylor Sports Media Network.
seconds.
That's how it sounded when Connor Hawkins delivered the game-winning field goal last Saturday in double overtime in Dallas, giving the Bears a 48-45 victory over the number 17 SMU. Great call, John, from the voice of the Bears, John Morris, and Nick Florence with a cameo there.
Yes, Nick's jumping in, which is great.
Yeah.
That was exciting. What a comeback. You know, thinking about some of the great comebacks in Baylor history, we've had some great ones, but that ranks right up there. You know, 14 down, 38-24 with about 8 minutes to play on the road against a ranked opponent.
Yeah, no, I've been telling people, and this is taken as a positive, that was probably the most frustrating win that I've seen Baylor have
I hear you, right.
in history. But I'm excited for those guys. Obviously, you know, the defense stepped up. Sawyer did what he does best, just put the ball in his hands. He'll make plays, and then I mean, that receiving core is just phenomenal. I mean, there's not a bad guy on that side on the side of offense. So Sawyer has numerous amounts of people to throw to, but phenomenal job by Baylor, doing a great job of just staying in it. And I was listening to a lot of the stuff of what Sawyer was saying on the sideline, just keeping everybody encouraged, right? Just, hey, we got this. We're in this. Just keep going. Just one score at a time, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, things turned out the way they did.
You know, Coach Aranda, talking about Sawyer, really highlighted his command of the huddle, his command with his teammates. And I think that's something he's obviously earned. But, you know, Seth, as a quarterback, when you have that command, what's the secret sauce in there? What's that intangible that when you're down 14 with 8.5 minutes to go, I don't know, it feels like he's got that ability to make people believe.
Yeah, you know, it's all of that is developed in the offseason, right? No, I mean, his story of, you know, being at Mississippi State, right? And then coming over and having to sit and then kind of watch, and then whenever he got his opportunity, he took advantage of it, right? And so he's proven to himself and proven to the team that when the ball's in his hands, good things are going to happen, right? And I think, you know, and then obviously through the offseason, him stepping up as a known leader. You know, last year we didn't know who the starter was, so it's kind of like there's some, you know, 50-50 issues there potentially on the team. But going in, the team looks at him, and I mean, he's a playmaker. I mean, put the ball in his hands. I mean, he's a godly man. He's not about himself. He wants the team. He hates being in the spotlight. He's told me that multiple times. He's like, I don't want it. He's like, I'd rather give it all to the team and just, you know, give glory to God and just I'm just here to play football, right, and have fun and use my platform for a positive.
Boy, he does that really, really well. He's the National Offensive Player of the Week. He's the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week. Pretty much any honor that was handed out for an offensive player, he got it this week, Big 12 and nationally. How about those 2 touchdown passes in the fourth quarter that tied the game? I mean, clutch drives, clutch passes by Sawyer.
Yeah, no, he went to Old Faithful.
Yeah.
You know, on first one, you know, Josh Cameron, I mean, that dude is – the ball's in the air. I mean, you normally say it's a 50-50 ball.
Right.
There's no chance it's 50-50. It's maybe 90-10, if even that. And he's coming down with it, which, I mean, you got to know who your guys are, who's going to step up. He was one of those. And then, of course, that post over the middle, I mean, that was a textbook read, lead, wide open field. I mean, 2 wide safeties. You had that linebacker kind of shift under where that seam was coming, and he just hit it right in stride.
Yeah.
You know, you look, John, Kobe Prentice, by the way, who caught that, all he does is catch touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, almost. That's
6 catches, 3 touchdowns.
That's
in 2 games.
impressive. Yeah, he's one of the national leaders in touchdowns through 2 games. You mentioned Josh Cameron. John, I was impressed by just the way when he caught the ball near the goal line or even kind of within the red zone, he just was not going to go down.
Yeah.
And who knows, you know, you think about the fact the touchdown pass that tied the game to Kobe Prentice came with 38 seconds left. Josh Cameron on the first touchdown that pulled Baylor to within 7 with about 5 minutes to go, he catches that at the 5-yard line. You know, maybe Baylor scores in 8 more seconds, but if he doesn't bully his way over 2 defenders into the end zone, that not just gave Baylor 7 points, but I thought it saved valuable time, that effort.
He was just, they weren't going to keep him out of the end zone. That was amazing after the catch. Tough yards to get in the end zone.
I mean, if you watch Josh, he does not go down after the first touch.
Right.
Like, I mean, you will not get him down. He's not that type of guy. Like, there needs to be at least 2 guys to tackle him. That's why they're double teaming him, because the first guy's going to miss every time. I mean, he's going to fight through an arm tackle, do whatever it is. He has not gone down after 1 touch. Like, his yards after, I guess, catch is phenomenal.
Right.
I mean, just look at him. I mean, his ability to get out of, you know, tight spaces and just be a bully kind of out there when he gets the ball, which is just, that's what you want. That's what you want from a quarterback.
Yeah.
You get in the ball, it's not just going to be that yardage. It's going to be a lot more after that, which obviously makes those yards look good.
One more point about Josh Cameron. I asked Vic Valoria, our strength and conditioning coach, near the end of camp, I said, hey, who were the biggest weight room off-season superstars that you saw? And he immediately said, who do you think he said? Josh Cameron was one, and Keaton Thomas was the other.
I believe it.
And how about that? Two of your best players, again, are your best people, are your best leaders in the weight room in the offseason. So it really says a lot about both those guys.
Kind of upset Sawyer wasn't in there, but, it's okay.
Give it time, yeah?
Right.
We're talking about offensive players, and deservedly so, and a lot of the attention this week on the defense has been it's got to improve, and it does.
Mm-hmm.
But you will say it was a shootout. That game was a shootout,
Right.
and in a shootout, you need guys to step up and make some big individual plays. Jacob Redding snuffed out a scoring drive with the interception in the end zone. The comeback maybe doesn't happen if he doesn't do that. DJ Coleman with a big stop down near the goal line. At times, Keaton Thomas had several big tackles. They did not allow Kevin Jennings just to dominate the game by extending plays. And obviously they scored more points than we would like, but we'll say guys made enough plays defensively that if the number of plays, if they don't make them, maybe the comeback doesn't happen.
That's true. I mean, you think you gave up 45 points. Oh, the defense must have had a bad game. But you go through, and there were some big plays for the defense last week that gave the offense a chance to get the team back in it and win it.
Yeah, that's all you want from an offensive
Yeah.
side is just get the ball back, right?
Yeah.
Just get us a chance, and they did exactly that. I think Aranda, knowing him talking about having one down lineman, two down linemen, he's like, that's not our scheme. He's
Right.
like, that's not what we went to the season wanting to do. But he's like, they've done a great job. That coaching staff has done a great job of moving some guys around, making those coverages look really weird, things that they haven't seen on film that they can't even break down probably on the sideline because everybody has those dang tablets that they can look and see what was going on, which was confusing Jennings, right? That confuses Jennings the whole time, the quarterback for SMU. And, I think that's where I think Aranda can take it to that next level of, throwing wrinkles in there early so that, they're having to break down more stuff on the sideline that they haven't even seen yet.
It was a great win, and it was the 14th straight win over SMU in this series. And we don't play them every year, but 14 straight. They haven't beaten Baylor since 1986.
It's been a minute.
So let's put a period on that game, and now we can move forward. But that was a big, big win.
Big win. A 17th ranked team opponent win on the road, and the team's 1-1. A lot of momentum coming in they can build on here today. Well, John, we've got a family off to the side here with some ties to Baylor and Samford. It's the Owens family. We're going to welcome Addie Rose and Mary Ellis to the stage when we come back. We're in Touchdown Alley. This is the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show, and we'll be back after this, getting ready for Baylor and Samford on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Awesome.
All right.
Sweet. Thank
Come
you.
on over. How are you?
We'll put them in the middle, too?
Yes.
Middle, too? Okay.
One of y'all can have a seat right here, and then one of you can be over there on the other chair. Yeah?
How are you doing? Welcome to Waco. Glad you're here.
You can pop that headset on there. Now, just remember, we are streaming live.
Can you hear okay? Okay, perfect. This will be fun. So this is, hey, David. So this is streaming.
No, I'm not. Is this good? Okay, got it.
You okay?
Good.
So this is streaming on the Baylor Athletics YouTube channel.
Okay.
So it gets archived there, so you can go back and watch it.
Perfect.
Okay.
So awesome.
Can you hear me, John?
Gotcha.
Can you hear me okay? All right.
Can you hear
I'll be
okay?
off to the side. Yeah.
Okay.
You can bring us back, and I'll,
Okay.
yeah.
Sounds good.
In the classroom, in the laboratory, and in life.
Glad the
Good to have you all with us.
Thank you. We're happy to be here. So happy.
Learn how at baylor.edu/alumni.
It's warm already, isn't it?
Very.
Even though it's early. So did you have any ties to Baylor? How'd you end up here?
I had no ties to Baylor.
Okay.
It was strictly just like jumped through a bunch of loopholes to get here. Everything worked out the way that it was supposed to, and it was like by miracle that I ended up
Wow,
here.
that's
it was
great.
very crazy.
That's great.
Very crazy story.
Here we go. And welcome back on the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show. We are live in Touchdown Alley. We are adjacent to the Baylor Alumni Tent. Family weekend on the Baylor campus. Lauren Daigle concert last night. Robbie Robertson really enjoyed that. A lot of folks did. Sold out Foster Pavilion last night for Lauren Daigle. And you think about Baylor and Samford. This is only the third time we've met in football, but there's some really cool ties between the schools. We'll get into those later, but one of them is the Owens family. Joining us on stage, Addie Rose Owens is a senior cheerleader for Samford, and your sister is Mary Ellis is a freshman cheerleader at Baylor. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you so much.
This is great. So you see the schedule. When did you find out Samford and Baylor were going to play, and y'all would both be here?
Oh, wow. I feel like we found out before her tryout, so we were kind of hoping she'd make the team by then.
Gotcha.
But it was almost like it was kind of meant to be. My senior year, her freshman year, and once she made the team, we knew that we had to come to the game.
Yeah.
We were so excited.
Ah, that is so great.
Yes.
So when you what was that process like? How do you make the Spirit Squad here at Baylor?
Well, it was kind of like we had a video submission in the beginning, so you have to submit videos of your skills. Then you get invited to come try out. So I passed that round, came in person, tried out, and it all worked out perfectly. I made the team. It was probably one of the best days of my life. I have never felt much joy in my life like I felt in that moment.
Wow. It's so cool because I know a little bit of how much work y'all do, and folks really don't know how many events you're a part of. I mean, they see you at football games, but there's a lot of other events also. So family, your dad's here, David is here, Dixie is here, your mom, right behind the camera, and Dixie is the sponsor or the coach?
Yes, she's the Samford cheer coach.
Samford cheer coach. All right, very good. So that's fun. And Ben, your brother, is here also. Ben, welcome. Any Buttonheads family coming into this game?
We have a divided household this year, I will say.
Right.
So far, there's been no beef yet, but we'll see how the game goes.
Yeah.
I have to ask Mary Ellen. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Don't let me interrupt you.
Oh, no, I'm good. I wasn't going to say
Okay, well, I was going to say, I have to know, you've got a Samford family, right?
Yes.
What was it that brought you to Waco?
So I feel like in ways, Samford and Baylor have a lot of similarities. And I knew that I wanted to branch out and try something different. I wanted to get out of Alabama. I wanted to have a whole new environment, whole new community. And Baylor just seemed like the perfect fit because it was pretty much like Samford, but different state, obviously different colors, different mascot, all that fun stuff. So I was telling him earlier that I jumped through a lot of loopholes to get here, and it was a miracle by God that I'm here. Like, it took so much of endurance and just hard work to get here, and I'm so blessed to be able to call this place home now, and I still to this day am stunned that I'm even still here. So it's pretty awesome.
Now, what's your major?
Speech pathology.
Speech pathology. Now, are you in a different major?
I'm a health science major.
Okay, very cool. So they're both kind of in that helping people, serving in some way.
Absolutely.
So freshman, senior in college, in high school, did y'all cheer together? Was there any time for that?
All 4 years.
Did you?
yes.
Okay.
And we grew
So
up
awesome.
doing an all-star gym together that our mom also actually owned. So we grew up doing cheer all our lives together. This is the first time we've cheered together, I think, since high school, which is crazy.
Very cool.
So crazy.
All right, Addie Rose, we at Baylor, we say Sick 'em Bears. You know
Yes,
that.
I'm aware.
All right,
yes.
is there anything similar to that Samford does?
I mean, we'll say go Dogs.
Okay.
Bow Wow's a big one.
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow.
Okay.
Bow Wow,
All
yeah.
right. But Sick 'em Bears
Yeah.
is
Yep.
iconic.
It's iconic.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. We're glad y'all are here. Would y'all like to come up and get on camera for a second? David is the dad, and Dixie's the mom, and Ben is their brother. And really fun to have y'all here. David, thanks for reaching out and letting us know about this. Really cool to have you here and meet you, and thanks very much. And whoever wins the game, hope y'all have a great dinner and great rest of the weekend together here in Waco, right? All right. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, the cheer sisters on opposite sidelines tonight, the Owens, Addie Rose, and Mary Ellis, and their family here in Waco for Samford and Baylor. Take a break. Back with more in just a moment on the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show here on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Great. Thank you very much.
Yay.
Yeah. Come on, get in here. Hey, Ben. We couldn't get you a Baylor shirt to wear, Ben? Cool. Good to meet you. Thanks.
Thanks for reaching out. It's really fun. I'll send you the audio, and I told them it'll be archived on Baylor Athletics YouTube. Yes, thanks very much. The camera keeps. What's that?
Hey, we live in Honolulu. Our daughter's a sophomore year. I get up 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays listening to you guys.
Early. Wow.
You guys are awesome.
Oh, that's great. Thanks for saying that.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
got it. Rich Pleasant. Yeah, I'm a retired Navy guy, but I worked for DOD out of Coral Harbor.
Nice. Oh, very good. Very good. Good. Thanks for saying that. It's good to have you here.
Yeah.
Thanks for getting up early.
You think we can challenge for Big 12?
Yeah, I do. I think we're good enough. We got to keep getting better. We're not there yet, but that's what these early season games are. Next week will be big. Arizona State.
Yeah.
It's a big game.
I thought they don't have scouting anymore.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Great to meet you. Thank you. Okay, so he says Lake. Lake is late.
Okay.
So I would say whatever you want to do, but bump him down, maybe do this one next, maybe even this one before he gets here.
Okay, we can do that. That sounds good. All right, John, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm out. It's all you.
All right, Seth, we'll do X's and O's now. Yep. The Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show brought to you by Premier ER and Urgent Care. Premier ER and Urgent Care. It's the place to go when you're not sure where to go. Open 24/7 and just a short walk across campus. No appointment necessary. Just walk in. Visit premier.care to learn more. Premier ER and Urgent Care, your around-the-clock care provider for Baylor Athletics. The voice of the Bears, John Morse, is going to make his way up to the booth in preparation for the call of today's game. Derek Smith here with Seth Russell in Touchdown Alley. And by the way, so Seth, we had the Owens family here. Divided loyalties. Worth mentioning, you actually got to play with your brother. So yeah, in high school and college.
I did, yeah. Little brother got to play at Baylor. Unfortunately, Texas A&M left the Big 12 and went to the SEC. I probably would have played against my other brother who played at A&M, and so. But yeah, no. Having family, that rivalry is always really fun to have, and it lasts a lifetime.
That's fun. That's really cool. Well, Seth, let's take a look at today's game now. Baylor and Samford coming off. We're starting to get through two games against Power 4 opponents, two good Power 4 opponents. I think we're getting a little bit of a picture of where Baylor is in the first month of the season, maybe a little earlier than we have in the past. So let's talk about a couple of things, and let's start with the defense. I think we'll start with the area that you want to improve on first. Coach Aranda has said that through two games, what they're doing defensively is not sustainable because you look 38 points against Auburn, 45 points in double overtime against SMU. Where are areas that you see they need to improve and can improve starting today?
Yeah, I think Aranda obviously hit the nail on the head. He said they haven't had a series yet where every single snap, every single player is doing their job, right? And so if they can somehow put that together, which I know they will, right? They're doing a great job breaking down film. They're doing a great job of putting the guys in the right position. But then also, we kind of talked about a little bit earlier, their defensive line is, kind of hurting right now, right? That's a little bit.
Sorry about that.
Not having, their top guys out there that like Jackie Marshall, right, for an example, right? He was only out there for maybe 10, 12 snaps last game, right? He is a massive difference maker. And so Aranda is trying to figure out, hey, where can we put these guys in? Where can we step up? Where can we be better? Who's going to be the playmaker? Who's going to make the right decisions on the field every single snap? And they're going to figure that out.
Well, they're looking to do that starting today, and it's a good day to stay home, right? To kind of focus on the assignment and execute that. And again, a lot of new guys out there still. I think that excuse kind of, if you want to call it an excuse, and I don't think the coaches or players see that as an excuse, but I think from a fan standpoint, you can say, all right, a lot of new players out there, but by the third game, I think that starts to fade away a little bit if it's a thing at all.
Yeah, because defense is so much built off of trust that the guy next to you is going to do their job, and if you don't trust them, you're going to try to overcompensate and try to make up for the decisions maybe that they're going to make correctly, which then puts everybody in a tight position, right? Because you're not doing your 1/11th from what we call it, right? Your percentage of what you're supposed to do. You're trying to cover maybe two people's positions, which then puts you out of position and puts other people out of position as well. And then obviously the defense and the offense that you're going up against can really take advantage of that and make you look silly.
Through 2 games, Baylor's defense 131st in the nation. Now the passing offense, though, tops in the nation, and they've done that despite having to be a little bit one-dimensional because it's taken the running game a little bit to get going. And you look last week against SMU, in the first half, really a tale of 2 halves. Baylor had 20 carries for 50 yards in the first half, but then in the second half in the overtimes, 24 carries for 111 yards, so nearly double the yards per carry in the second half. I'm curious, do you think they wore SMU down a little bit? Did they improve on things? Is it just a matter of staying committed to it and knowing that you've got the players on that offensive line that was a top 10 line in the nation last year, and Bryson Washington, if you stick with it, they'll get it done? What does that look like?
I think it's a little bit of everything, right? I mean, you got to make the right adjustments. You got to figure out, hey, what's the defense? What are they keying on? How can we make some movements? In the backfield, maybe shift some formations one side or the other. You got to adjust, right? That's just part of the scheme that you go into it. But then also, I think on the flip side, Sawyer's really good at throwing the ball, right? Normally, from a general concept, from a football standpoint, is you want to run the ball to set up the pass. They're kind of flipping it. They're throwing the ball to set up the run. And so I think that's going to be really good. And then obviously, the quarterback run ability. Sawyer has the ability to do so. He showed us last year. I know he's kind of been fighting through some minor injuries, which I know he's trying to be cautious on that end because it's the war of attrition, right? Got to make it through the season. But in those tight games, in those big games, especially going into conference play, we got to relieve some of that stress off the running backs because, I mean, if you watch the film from last week, every single time that Sawyer's putting the ball in the belly, those ends are crashing down on the running back, which gives you no ability to, because now you're playing 10 on 11 if you take the quarterback out of the position, right? So now you got to put some quarterback runs in there, don't take unnecessary hits, but show early on that he has the ability to hurt you with his feet. That's going to make a team very responsible and stay to their keys and not just crash down every time.
We've had quarterbacks who were great at running the football. You were one of them, RG3, Gary Bohannon, Big 12 championship year. We've had guys who could do that and did so regularly. I'm curious. I think you're right. It's got to be there. We also want to make sure we keep Sawyer healthy. Is there a balance of, hey, we got to do it just enough to make sure they know that it's there?
Yes, exactly. That's kind of part of it. It's like, hey, we know that the team needs to know that there is that ability that he can hurt you with his feet. Now, a lot of defenses will say, well, we'll take that, and we'll just take a hit on him and, start chipping away at him. So he doesn't need to take unnecessary hits. He did a great job last week. He kind of broke the pocket for about 5-6 yards and made some weird dive slide. I don't know what it was, but it was extremely unathletic, and I'll tell that to his face.
Sure.
I think he'll laugh. But, he's being smart, right? He's moving the chains, keeping the ball on the field, and being able to put points on.
Visiting with Seth Russell here on X's and O's. It is Baylor and Samford today, coming up just under an hour and a half from now. One thing we saw, now SMU made the play on it, Cole Wilson has great speed. They tried the sweep, and I feel like that's one of those things. One of these days, you have it set up right. That could be another weapon in there too.
Yeah, that was just a good play by a defensive end. Normally, you don't block that guy because you can normally get around. He just happened to play a wide stance that time, and he just got it on. I mean, if that guy's not there, he might still be running, right? And so, I mean, I like them kind of shifting the field. I mean, they have the speed to go sideline to sideline, and I would like to see that more. Because that'll stress the defense out. I mean, if they're already trying to cover guys that are fast, I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on the defense to, okay, you're either going to stay in coverage, you're going to come up and run block. And one thing that this team has shown over the past 3 to 4 years, these receivers know how to block downfield. And that puts so much stress on the defense of trying to get off block. So you can get, once you break the line of scrimmage, I mean, these guys can run for 10, 15, 20 yards or even further without even getting the first touch on them.
Seth, one last question here on the X's and O's segment. You look, Samford is a team. Their head coach, Chris Hatcher, is from the Hal Mumme School of Offense. Played at Valdosta State. Actually played with Baylor offensive line coach Mason Miller. You think of Valdosta State. It was that kind of the Tigris and Euphrates almost of the air raid offense, Mike Leach and others. Knowing that he's from that school, what should Baylor expect SMU to try to do today? Samford to try to do today?
Yeah, I mean, they haven't really established who they are offensively, right, at Samford. I mean, they've had 2 games. They really haven't produced much. They haven't scored the ball many, at all. So I don't really know what they should do. I mean, they're probably going to try to establish a run, which is kind of every offensive coordinator's MO. But you got to play to their strengths. I haven't really watched much film on their quarterback, so I don't know if he could throw the ball very well or not. Which I'm assuming he probably can if he's in that system. And so he's probably going to sling it around. I anticipate, hopefully the defense can come up with a few more turnovers. This game, I think we'll only have one on the season so far, and so obviously that'll be something to look forward to.
Yeah, Samford, a team that struggled to start the year, losses at home to West Georgia. And the Citadel, Baylor coming off of the win in double overtime last week over SMU. We roll on the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show, presented by Baylor Alumni, bringing the Baylor family together. When we come back, we will learn this week's charity champion. Local organizations doing great work in the community. We'll hear this week's charity champion coming up next here on the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show. Family Weekend at McLean Stadium on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
This is in and out.
What's that?
This is in and out, I believe.
What's that?
From commercial to commercial. Charity champions, you said next?
Okay, so I'm skipping. We're hopscotching around a little bit. What's that?
Yeah, I'm just saying it goes straight into it and straight out to the next break.
Okay, so is it all self-contained?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Then
Let
let
me listen to the end real quick. Just a second.
What are we going to?
charity champion. So we've got a few minutes.
Oh, cool.
If we don't get,
Yeah, completely self-contained, so we've got about 8 minutes here.
okay, perfect. Thank you, Aaron. That works. All right, we got a few minutes here.
How much family you have in town?
My parents, my grandma, all the brothers. I mean, they're all close by anyways.
Hey, tell you what. What up, dude?
Aaron, he's here. He's here.
Is this where he's supposed to be? Yes.
Set him over there. Either one. Aaron, Lake has shown up, so we're going to go ahead and put him on. About 6 or 7 minutes. Yes. Yes, sir. Yep. Thank you.
They're good. Miss my daughter's first.
Lake, Derek, nice to meet you. How are you? Oh, hey, how are you? How's it going? How are you? Derek. Bella, nice to meet you. I hear you've done a little of this yourself. Welcome. Good to have you here. How are y'all doing? Yeah. 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 Can I have you all? We'll scoot off to the side just a little bit here. You're good. Yeah. Lake, I'll have you pop that headset on, Lake. Thanks for the flexibility, Aaron.
You want him to check his.
We welcome you back into the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show here on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Baylor and Samford coming up today from McLean Stadium. We got Baylor legends all around us. We got a great crew from Baylor women's basketball is here. We got David Wetzel and Lake Seekstrunk, who's going to be out on the field getting fans hyped up before the game. Legendary Baylor running back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Seth Russell, a true legend here in green and gold.
Yeah, I still remember the Oklahoma State game. You pulled your hamstring at midfield and still outran everybody. I don't know how he did that, but, just a freak athlete. Obviously, it showed on the field. He's a phenomenal just football player all around, just a good dude, very, very focused, and excited to have you on the show today.
Man, thank you for having me. Seth, let's not talk about all the fantastic throws you made. Let's make that very clear. You was throwing dots.
It's good. It's good team camaraderie there.
Lake Seekstrunk with us, our legend of the game. He's going to be out on the field hyping fans up in green and gold with the Baylor Bears chant before the game here. Lake, got to ask you, think back to your time here at Baylor, 2012, 2013. What are the first words that come to mind?
Honestly, just the opportunity to come back home from where I was started at, from being in Oregon. Just having an opportunity from Art Browse, letting me come back home and be a staple in the Waco community. I'm just thankful be able to come back and just be, loved and still feel the love when I come home. So I'm very appreciative of that.
Temple High School product, a graduate of Temple High School. You went to the West Coast and then chose to come back home to Baylor. What did it mean to you to be able to have some great seasons so close to your hometown of Temple?
I think it was super cool just to be able to make it possible, I guess. Just like a kid from my city to be possible to, go to a big school and have a lot of success on the field and off the field. So I'm just super thankful for that. So
awesome. Yeah. So where are you at these days?
I am in Dallas. I am in the polysonography program, so I'm in the bridge program. So I'm 2 years in, and then as soon as I'm done there, I'm going to go to UT Southwestern and finish PA school.
Awesome. PA school. Very
awesome.
cool. Did you think about a medical career or a service career like that when you were younger?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I thought I was going to be a broadcaster after my career was over with, but God had different plans for me. And honestly, I'm just following my sister's footsteps because she's a nurse. So I kind of was just like, all right, well, my sister's a nurse. All right, let me take it one step above. So we have a nurse and a future PA.
That's so good.
Visiting with Lake Seastrunk here on the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show. Today's Baylor legend. Do you still get out there and test the skills a little bit? Do you do running? Do you ever play anywhere? Do you do any coaching? What's it look like to kind of keep your competitive juices flowing?
Honestly, I would definitely salivate at the opportunity to play flag football in the Olympics. So I think that'll be super cool. I feel like I haven't lost a step. I still can go in there and squat 600 pounds. So honestly, I know I'm a little older, but I don't feel my age, thankfully.
Well, the one thing with flag football is you got to catch the ball.
Oh, that's very true.
Right.
Very true.
Right. So you can run fast, but you got to catch it too.
Oh, you're not lying. I definitely have to catch the ball. So if I'm gonna go back to the old school and just put my hands in the rice bucket, we should be good. I hope.
Supposedly the gloves these days are just the technology is you can just close your eyes and you'll catch it. So you should be all right there.
I'm gonna close my eyes now.
Hey, when you can run it as good as he can, you can put up if the hands. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. A Big 12 championship team, Lake. You're part of that. The last couple years at McLean Stadium. What did it mean to you to kind of? I think when you finished your Baylor career, you could tell the program wasn't just on the ascendance, but it was there.
It was definitely there. I love Floyd Casey. Floyd Casey it's a part of me, and it kind of gave you that opportunity to be an adult. Because after the game, you had to drive home, and most of the time I drove home in silence, just because I just wanted to be able to take in what happened. But I mean, like I said, I love McLean, but Floyd Casey is just where we took down big teams.
Yeah. What do you miss the most about Baylor?
Ironically, the classes and just this. I guess is waking up in the morning, going to workouts with my teammates, and just seeing them. And I hope they're okay. And I love them and miss them. And I think that's really one of the main things that I really miss the most. Just waking up in the morning. I still wake up early just because it's a part of my DNA. But just waking up, seeing my teammates, laughing with them, going through the grind with them. And honestly, going to class, riding my longboard to class is kind of the coolest thing for me. Even though Coach Browse is going to kill me if I fell off of it.
All of us.
Seth, he may be the first Baylor legend that we've asked what they miss about Baylor. Said the classes. That's the first. So kudos to you for that. I do too.
I respect it.
I definitely miss the class. Like I guess it's just one of those things where I feel like you always dreaded it, but I honestly really miss that 6 a.m. class. I used to miss it, but now, like, as I continue to take more classes and I see, like, that's honestly one of my highlights. I used to be like, oh, I got to go to class. So I'm definitely going to study for this and do this. But that's what I really miss the most, my teammates in class.
Yeah. I guess it's a little different because you're going to class doing something that you want to do and learn about rather than just kind of general studies, whatever it is that they force you to take to get your credits and so on. So that's awesome, man.
Well, we're going to see you on the field, Lake. You're a true Baylor legend. Proud of what you're doing as you move into a healthcare career, and really appreciate you joining us on the program today.
Man, I had fun. Thank y'all so much.
Sick and Bears, Lake Seastrunk, today's Baylor legend, our guest here on the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show. We'll take a timeout and come back with more from Touchdown Alley right after this on the Baylor Sports Media Network. All right, thank you. Hey.
Good job, man.
Appreciate it. No, thank you. Thank you. I haven't had the opportunity yet. I'm still waiting. She'll show up.
That's Team Cast for Kids. And to talk about that, we welcome our good friend Tom Hill with us. Tom is on the national board for Cast for Kids. Tom, it was nice to see you, and congratulations on the honor. Thank you very much. Good to hear you. All right, Cast, first off, you got to tell us what that stands for. Catch a special thrill. Okay, catch a special thrill. So when you see whether it's C period, A period, S period, T period, that's the Cast, catch a special thrill. What do you do? What does Cast for Kids do?
Cast is a national organization that puts out hundreds, literally hundreds, every coastal, different to 400 or 500 events throughout the year, throughout the United States, specifically designed to take special children and even children of wounded warriors, many times with special events for them, on an outdoor adventure, primarily fishing. The fishing is the primary thing. This group and organization originated with professional fishing. Who it originated with and started it, they raised their own funds and started with Baylor themselves, and it has been since 1991.
I like that. And this is not just Waco, it's not just Central Texas, this is a national organization, right?
That is correct. It did start in the West Coast, in the urban Washington area, and that's what it's actually totally very well. They get excited. So it's not just, catches and bass and crappie and things like that. They get excited, especially when they're out and digging and things like that. I've not made it to anything like that. It sounds like a great time. But it started there, and a couple of the Asian groups out there helped promote it, and
Hey, Aaron. So, will you go to break after this? How much time will we have? Yes.
I'm trying to time it out. It's going to be close again. The easiest thing to do, I think, would be just to count you down to that break into the close.
Yes, that's fine.
Would that be doable?
Absolutely, because we only got one more segment after this one.
Yeah, and it would sound so much better than quick break.
Yeah. That's where I got confused. Yeah, so we will. Yeah.
We should do it that way. Yeah,
let's do it. Out of this break, I will throw it to the break and say that after the break, we'll go with the network pregame, connect a sausage cat at a kickoff.
Okay, so what would that be? 56, 48.
So about a minute. That's about 1 minute, right? Yes.
Yeah, with the other 2 minutes, yes.
Yep. So about 1 minute coming back, and I'll have you count me down.
Yeah, I'll count you down in a minute.
Okay.
Getting everyone on time, so it's a big shape. No, it's good. Nice job. Yeah, good for him. Sounds like he's doing some cool things. I feel like it, yeah. Yeah, what's funny, Veronica, they're honoring one of her classmates who's a doctor. She's like, I remember when he was like that.
How big a deal this is. What about people listening if they want to participate, if they want to help you, volunteer, donate, whatever that might be?
Awesome.
You gotta get all wrapped up.
All righty.
What do you want to do with these?
I'll get them. So I appreciate it. All right. Sam, we'll see you next week. Bigger next week.
They have time yet? 6 months.
Trace Atkins is a big man who's been involved with the group, and he had a video that first picture that showed these events all over the country. A video
Awesome. Hey, good to see you, Seth. Thank you.
He talks about what fishing meant to his life. And as a child, growing up and fishing and things like that. And the groups of people that we locally, one of the biggest fundraising productions that he does every year, raises a lot of money. But he is a big fisher. Elton's own, the whole family, Elton's own family, spoke with son and father. We've had Baylor coaches involved. Stockton has been instrumental in making this to be very instrumental. It's wonderful that even the athletes have come out and helped make it. Some of them never touched a fish or a boat for themselves.
That's good. So castforkids.org is the website to go to to find more information. That's exactly right. All right. Well, congratulations. It was nice to see you, and continued success for Cast for Kids.
Continued success for those Bears after last weekend. What a weekend. Keep it. Would not stop. I loved it.
As you would say, run them. Let's
run them.
Running. Tom Hill with us. He's a board of directors member nationally for Cast for Kids. Castforkids.org is the website. They are this week's charity champion, presented by TFNB, your bank for life, the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Back with more on our Baylor Alumni Tailgate show after this.
Hey Baylor fans, game day experiences for the 2025 football season are on sale.
All right, Aaron.
Purchase exclusive experiences online, including on-field photos, sideline.
And I think I'm still trying to make sure my math is right. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to
Okay.
But I mean, I'll have it when I'm counting.
All righty, I gotcha.
Much more. There is limited availability per game.
Will be about
so
2 minutes.
Your experience today at BaylorBears.com/group experiences to lock in your one-of-a-kind game day experience today.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. I can make a soft.
Yes, about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Everybody knows how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows. That's how I get my grill on. Like a soft. It's just a little taste of heaven.
Do you ever scream at your screen when your 5G internet freezes? It's the worst. So why not switch to Astound? Wi-Fi that just works. With Astound Wi-Fi, you'll rage less, buffer less, and live more. Lock in gig speed Wi-Fi for just $35 a month, guaranteed for 3 years. Plus, get up to a $200 Amazon gift card. Astound Wi-Fi, it just works. Visit astound.com today.
Everything we do for you.
Are you looking for a new set of wheels? First Central Credit Union Auto Financing offers fast, complete coverage, competitive rates, and flexible terms. Make for a win in financing your next.
And I'll start at 1 minute if that's okay.
That sounds good.
Okay, appreciate it.
Money you need at firstcentralcu.com. Everything we do for you.
Membership and loan policy requirements apply. Member NCUA.
You're listening to Baylor football on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We welcome you back into the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show here from Touchdown Alley, getting you ready for Baylor and Samford for the Bears. It's the final non-conference tune-up of the year. A week from tonight, Big 12 play begins. So for the Bears, 1-1 through their first two against the toughest non-conference schedule the program has put together in a generation. Will now try to keep the momentum going from last week's victory over SMU with a win today over Samford. That's the goal coming up just a little over an hour from now. Want to say thanks to our guests today, Cast for Kids, Lake Seastrunk, today's Baylor legend. When you're in the stands before the game and you hear the Baylor Bears chant, that is going to be Lake Seastrunk leading the charges, leading the cheers for the Bears. And, of course, Baylor legend Seth Russell, his insights as well. Appreciate him. And the voice of the Bears, John Morris, who is up in the booth getting ready for Conecuh Sausage Countdown to kickoff with Nick Florence and Ricky Thompson. They will have the call coming up. So for the Bears, the questions today, the
that they'll be looking to build on the win last week. Can the defense have its best game yet in terms of playing sound football in addition to stops? Can they get the running game going? And, of course, can the nation's top passing offense through the first 2 games continue to keep it going? We would expect they will, and maybe we'll see some new guys as well who we haven't seen out there if the team's able to build a lead, rest some of the starters, and go from there. We'll know starting an hour from now. It is Baylor and Samford coming up from McLean Stadium. Great crowd here. Family weekend. We'll see y'all inside the stadium. This has been the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.